Let's start to create a GUI for student registration, right? So first of all, import Tkinter library by using from keyword. From Tkinter, import asterisk. What does asterisk means? It means you are importing all the methods, classes, and functions inside the Tkinter library, right? So we are imported all the things from the Tkinter library. Is it clear? Now the second thing is what? Create a GUI form or GUI window. Make a make an object of GUI window that can be anything. Let's say when is an object for GUI window, right? Now call the method that is tk. We have created a GUI object which is referenced by tk method, right? Now the start main loop. This main loop acts uh, infinite loop until the user close that GUI application, right? So call the main loop method. Now your GUI window is ready. Execute this program first and see the GUI window. This is, oh, sorry. Uh, let's change execution module from here, right? Set up a started file. Now execute this program once again and see this. This is your basic GUI window. This is very simple and first GUI window in the Tkinter. Now we will create some controls or some widgets on the GUI window. Right? So first of all, give some title for this GUI window by using title method. Let's say student registration form, right? Now we have created a title for GUI window. Now set the size of GUI window by using geometry method. When dot geometry and pass the width and height accordingly, right? So let's say width 500 and height 502, right? So I take width and height both same, right? Now execute this program. See this, the changes. There are some changes which is based on title, student registration form, and the second thing is the screen or the GUI window size has been increased, right? As per your geometry method. Now what you have to do next? Create some labels, right? So first, in the first row, I'm creating a heading in grid. So how will you create heading in grid? Let's say label where you want to keep this widget on when GUI window. When is what? This is the object of GUI window, right? So I'm putting this widget on the GUI window. So that's why I pass this object here inside the label method. Now,
Okay.
what type of text you want to keep for this label? Suppose that text, I say that student name, right? So this will be our first label, or create one more label before it, that is label 1 for heading, right? So I keep this label on the same, and text is what? Text is what? Registration form, or let's say student registration form, right? This will be your label. Now pack it into grid. So grid is what to do. Now pass the row and column here. I take this widget in the first row, so that's why I am passing here row as 1, right? And column column 2, and column span, right? 2. So what this attribute do? This attribute does the call stretch your column from column 1 to 2, right? Now execute this code and see what it happens. Student registration form. This is your heading on your GUI window. This is the title which you have already created, and this is the heading on GUI window. Now this will be your first label, name, and pack it by using grid, and I want to keep it in the second row. So I will pass only row 2 and column 1. Okay, now let's execute it. See this. This is your first label after the heading, right? Now we will create some other labels according to this grid, and after this entry box, right? So now let's first create some labels. Label 1 and label 2, label 3, label 4. Label 2 is for what? Suppose I say that city, right? Or country. Here you can say that gender, mobile, and change the row number in which you want to keep this widget. Let's say 3, 4, and 5. First, first label for the first heading, second label for the second row, third label for the third row, and fourth row and fifth row. And the column will be same as per grade, right? Now execute this line of code. So this is your basic labels. Now create some entries, entry box. So let's say entry where this widget you want to keep on window GUI window. So that's why I have passed when object here. Now back with the grid and in which row, so row will be 2 and column will be column will be 2. Same for country. Let's create a combo box for this. Now import Tkinter library and import TTK sub module, right? So we will create combo box by using this sub module. So that's why I have imported this module by reference Tkinter module, right? Now create combo box, create an object of combo 1 and ttk dot combo box, and then let's uh, give some width. Let's say 10 and combo dot grid row 3. This is for row 3 and column 2, right? And execute this program and see what happens. Exception thrown. Okay, why it has thrown an exception? Because the object variable is not same. Now the code is ready. Okay, now we have created combo box. Okay, I can increase the width of this combo box. Finally, this is perfect, right? Now create another combo box for gender and entry box for mobile, right? Let's copy this widget and paste it here and change the object name for the second combo box, that is combo 2, and this is for row 4, right? And the width will be same. Okay, and the last one is entry box for the mobile number, that will be for row 5, right? So now let's execute it and see the change of your GUI window. See this. This is first entry box. This is combo box 1, and this is combo box 2, and this is what? Entry box 2, right? Now we have created all the widgets here. Now what I have to do next? we have to insert some values, some countries inside uh, first combo box, and we will insert gender in the second combo box, right? Let's do it. Now this is for first combo box, combo one, right? And by using value attribute, pass a tuple which contains some values like country's name, India, Canada, America, Australia, Russia. These are the country names which are sufficient for this example. Now, combo one dot state. I have already explained why I have used state here. If you want to keep this control in read only mode, so you have to pass state attribute, right? And pass the value of this attribute is read only. Now the next is it supports indexing, and you want to keep the first element in the combo box one, right? So you will pass combo one dot current method, and at what position your first element in the tuple, that will be 0, right? And the second element will be at one position, and so on. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Wait, yes, yes.
Okay, so let's say 0. Now execute this program and look at this. Now the changes of GUI application is, see this, all the country names has been inserted inside the combo box one. Okay, or you can give any other value, that is select country or select it. Let's make some changes. The first element will be select, right? And I copied same lines for the second column that will contain all the values related to gender. So let's say male, female, right? So now look at this. What happens? Oh, sorry. Values state combo box one, and this is for combo box two, not one, right? Now see this. The GUI is ready. This is country names where you have to select, and this is for combo box second where you are to select your gender from. Okay, this is the entry box, and now this is what? This is entry box for entering the mobile number. Now, after that, we will create button to catch all the value from these widgets and print in into on this window, right? So whenever we will click on that button, all the values will be cached from from these widgets to this window, right? Let's do it. Now create a button and what will be the text? Or suppose that, let's say, get value. Okay, get value, and pack this widget into grid. In which row you want to keep this control? In the sixth row. So we will pass sixth row and column 2 and column span 2, right? That will be stretched this widget from 1 to column 2, right? So that's why I have implemented this attribute here with this widget, right? Now see this, the output of this widget is now the button has been created with the name get value. Okay, and create one more button to destroy this window. That destroy window means the user will click the cancel button and the window will be closed by clicking on that button, right? Okay, the name of that button is cancel, right? And in the seventh row and the column will be same and column span is also will be same. Now we have created button 2, right? So get value and cancel. User will click on the cancel button. That window will be closed accordingly, right? Now create variable to catch the values from these widgets, right? So, let's say this variable. Suppose variable 1 for first entry box, right? So that will contain string type value, string here, right? And we will pass an attribute that is text variable, pass the variable name here. Now we have created first variable for first entry box, and now create a second variable for second widget, third for third widget, and widget. How many widgets are there in our In our GUI, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 widgets are there, right? So 2 entry box and 2 combo box. Is it clear? So all the variables we will create 4. Variable 2, variable 3, variable 4, right? And copy this same attribute in all controls, right? For all widgets, and change the variable name here. Make sure the variable name should be correct while passing this attribute, while passing the variable name. So that will be variable 1, that will be variable 2, and that will be variable 3. Change it, and variable 4. Okay. Now create a function to catch all the values by clicking on the button wherever uh, user click on any button, right? So a function will be called, or event will be generated by clicking on them, right? So we will create a function for this. So let's say function 1, variable 1, print variable 1. By get method you will get all the values from these widgets, right? This is for variable 1, this is for variable 2, variable 3, variable 4, right? All the values will catch from here. See this, and use an attribute, that is command, and pass the function name here. What is the function name here? What is the function name here which we have created? What is the function name?
Function name. Function name.
What is the function name? This is a function name. So we will pass
Function.
what, right?
Function. Yes.
And same as we will pass same function to the second button, right? And change the function name here and create another function that will be for closing window, right? And by using when object, call the destroy method only here to destroy the window. That means close the window. Now execute this program. What it shows exception thrown text variable must be column and n. Okay, let's say what runs. Oh, sorry. we will pass here. Okay, see this.
Yes.
Function 2 is not defined.
Okay.
Why it says function is not defined? Function 2. So, okay.
It's therefore.
See this. Let's say John and select the country name. Suppose select Canada and gender is male and mobile number is what? Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and get the value here. See this. Okay. And
Yes, it's okay.
rock Australia may, and you can also change this. Hit 89654 Click on get value button. So you will get all the details, all the values here, right? And if you want to close that window, so click on cancel button. The window will be closed accordingly. Is it clear?
Yes. No.
Is there any confusion regarding this?
No.
Sure.
Yeah. Yes.
So let's revise this um, code here. First of all, we will import a Tkinter library and import all the methods, functions, or classes here by using asterisk sign. Okay, that means we are importing all the things which contains Tkinter library. And the second thing is import TTK submodule, which is present in the Tkinter module, which is for combo box, right? So TTK submodule contains combo box widget, right? After that, we will create a GUI object by using this when object and by calling this method, that is TK. And we will give the title name by calling the title by calling the title method, that is fin.title, and you will pass the title name. And geometry method, what does it? It does the to fix the window size accordingly, right? So which you are passing
Yes.
as your width and height. This will be your width and this will be your height. So we are having some other methods. What are that methods? Can you please tell me? For set for setting the maximum value of GUI window. So what method should I call in place of geometry method? I've already told you about this method. What method? What method? Max size, right? So max size, min size. And in this in this section we have created some labels. The first label is for the heading only, right?
Yes.
And we have created some other labels, that is student name, country, gender, mobile, and we have placed all the widgets in the grid which is already placed, right? Now we have created some more widgets for getting the values from the user, that is entry box, combo box, and so on, right? So after this we have created some buttons to click on that and uh, passing the response accordingly, right? And for this response we have also created some function, and as a user click on that, on any button, so an event will be generated by using this attribute, by
Okay.
using this attribute, and we have called function by this attribute, that is command attribute is used to call any function to generate an event by clicking on the button, right? So user may click on the button, and as he or she click on the button, the event will be generated by using this attribute. We will only the pass function name by using this attribute. And for catching the values, we have created some variables, that is variable 1, 2, 3, 4. And what type of variable we have created here is string type of variable we have created. So we had called string variable. If suppose that if I want to catch the integer value from the widget, so what type of method or what type of data type we will call int int variable to get the integer type of value from the widgets, right? And we will create a integer type of variable. So there is no need to get any integer value from the widget. So that's why we have created a string type of variable. All the variables are string type of variables. So which are catching um, some values from these boxes, right? From these widgets. And after that, in the function, we have written some basic statements, that is print. We are catching the value from the first widget by using where variable one, and by calling the get method and print it very simple way, in the very simple way, and same as all the values we have printed on the output window. So that is the very basic registration form which we have created today, right? So in the next lecture, we will create some more GUI, based, which will be based on some advanced graphical user interface, right? So till that, goodbye. Okay. If you are having any problem, you can ask me. All the things are clear. Yes or no? Are you there? Hello.
Yes.
All the things are clear.
Yes.
Okay. Now this is all about for today, and I end this session. In the next lecture or in the next session, we will create some more GUI. Right? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.